Hello everybody, today I want to show you a card trick called the Dunbury sandwich effect. I didn't make it up. So here's something how it goes. I'll give the deck some cuts, and next we need to find a card for you. So go ahead and tell me when to stop. There. Alright, and that's your card. The 8 of spades. So we'll just get that lost into the deck by giving the deck a couple cuts. There's 1 and there's 2. Alright, at this point I am going to pick out 2 cards, 2 helper cards, and no, they will not be your selected card. Let's see here. 1 and 2. Alright, now at this point I will go ahead and reveal my helper cards. And my helper cards are the Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds. So my 2 helper cards, the 2 jacks. Alright, now we'll set the deck aside, and what I'm gonna do is try to use my 2 jacks to pick your card out of the deck. So what I'm going to do is riffle down through the deck like that, swoop in, and grab out a card with these 2 helper cards. And there. They have another card, and your card, the King of Hearts, correct? No. That's not your card, huh? Well, then I guess in that case I'll just use the 2 kings. I don't think jacks are as trustworthy as kings, and use 2 kings to find your card, the 8 of spades. So this is a pretty neat effect. I probably messed up a couple times because it's an incredibly complex trick. I had to try to record this video like, I don't know, 15 times before I finally got it. So here's the tutorial. You need to pick out 3 cards. 2 of whatever you want. It can be kings, jacks, whatever. Actually, you need 5 cards. 2 of whatever cards you want to have in the end, and 2 helper cards you want in the beginning. So say the 2 blackjacks are going to be the first. The first helper cards that you pick out. These are the ones that are going to end up. And then just a random card. In this case, we'll use the 8 of spades. So what you're going to do is take one of the kings, put it face down on top of the deck. Take another king, place it face up. The indifferent card, place it face down on top. So now what you have is a setup that looks like this. On top. And at the bottom you're going to want the second card from the bottom, one of the jacks, or whatever card you're using, and fairly close up the other jack. That's just for convenience. It's not really necessary. So in the beginning of the trick you can do false cuts, whatever you want. Then this is a really tricky part. You have to, without them noticing, get a thumb break under the top card. Not only without them noticing the break, but without noticing the face-up card beneath it. So you have to hold the deck something like this, which is kind of awkward. It looks strange, but it has to be done. So then what you're going to do is riffle down. It really is a free choice of cards, unless they hit one of the jacks, in which case you just want to start over. But again, that's another benefit of them being further down. And as you turn over the card, you want to be careful that they, again, don't notice that break. Say that their card is the 9 of spades. Now, when you close up the deck, you're going to end up holding 2 breaks, one under the top card, and one down here at their card. You can see it right there. So, this is another tricky part. You have to break it off at the break. Say, give it 1 cut, and what you're going to do is drop it down on top of your break above the top card, which is right above that king, and it's taking the indifferent card. Then you say, and another cut. And what you're going to do here is like a slip cut. It's where you're going to take the top card, their card, you're going to grab it with your thumb like this and pull it off, because otherwise you end up, first of all, their card doesn't end up on top, and second of all, the king's sitting there looking dumb. So you're going to do that slip cut, whatever you want to call it, and take the rest of the deck, put it underneath. Now you have the kings facing away from each other and their card on top. Then you can add it, I guess, at any point in the trick. I just find it most convenient then, but then you're going to take out your 2 helper cards. Make sure you put them face down so that you can justify showing it to them later. Actually, now. So now what you're going to want to do while you're saying, and I guess now it's time for me to show you my helper cards. You're going to lift up the top 3 cards and catch it in a thumb pinky break. So you're going to have those 3 cards, the 2 kings and their card, on top in a break. And again, you don't want them noticing the break. So then you take these cards and, actually, wait, you just want to pick them up, flip them over, and square them up on the top of the deck and steal away those 3 cards. So now you have the 5 cards here. So I'm sorry I'm explaining this so badly. I'm just feeling not quite up to par today. So then you're gonna show the 1 jack, flip it over, and you're gonna put it like this and square it up. But when you put it like that, you're gonna put it at an angle and have a thumb break right below that. Then you'll square it up, and again, you don't want them seeing the thumb break. Then make sure you square it up nicely. Then you peel off the other jack and put it beneath with that break. And as you square it up against the deck, you're just going to drop off those 2 jacks. So then you're left with just these 3 cards. Now what you're going to do is just set the deck aside. This is a move I made up, I think. There are a lot of variations. It's a variation of a variation. So it's basically where you're just holding cards like this, and you're just applying pressure with your index finger and your thumb to riffle down. Basically, same thing as you do with a riffle shuffle. So you're going to do that with this hand, and with this hand you're going to go like this. So it looks like it snatched a card out from the middle of the pack. Actually, that didn't work. Hang on. In my performance it didn't go quite right, but I wasn't being picky because it had taken so long to get a good recording. There. So it looks like they've snatched it out of the deck, and turned it face up. So then you say, and there's your card, the King of Diamonds. Ordinarily you wouldn't know their card, but since there's no spectator, I have to. So then you're going to say, and there's your card, the King of Diamonds. And they'll say, no, that's not my card, but yeah, that would be a cool trick, or whatever. And you say, oh, well, in that case, and when you square them up, you're going to catch a pinky break below the bottom card. Then you're going to turn and do a double lift. So you have these two cards here. And note how I'm kind of rotating this card on top rather than this card over, because then they notice, that's double backed. So you're going to do that turn, and at the same time you're going to do a move that pushes the cards through your fist, which is you're going to hold them like this, basically mechanics grip. Put your thumb on top and push. So, but you're going to do that with your wrist turned over. So in full, the move looks something like this. Then you can explain how you don't think the jacks were trustworthy, so you're using the two kings instead to find their card. And hopefully they'll be blown away. And you might want to like show that it's their card like that, drop it, pick up the deck, and like give it a casual cut while they're ogling at their cards and you're talking to them. Just go ahead and keep cutting it, and then you can allow them to inspect the cards, and then this way the jacks won't be on top, even though they will be in the middle of the deck. So that's the Dunbury sandwich effect. It's a pretty complex trick, but I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.